live, and I'm going to be looking at some of the stocks that you have chosen for us here at our free Facebook community buy, grow, sell strategy for share traders. If you're not a member of this free Facebook community, link at the description below. We're gonna be looking at the best opportunities. Last week, we looked at some of those stocks, but I left the most dangerous ones for this week because they are all trading at very, very high levels last week due to the hype of materials, especially rare earth and lithium. Now, a lot of them are back into what could be potential buying areas. So we're going to be looking one by one, but most importantly, we're also going to be looking at the degree of risk for each one of them. Before that, I want to bring a very serious issue right here in the channel. We have been facing a huge scam issue with people trying to impersonate our profile, not just BG Trading profile on Facebook, but my own personal profile on Facebook and on Discord as well. So I want to bring that to your attention, to be smart enough and very, very vigilant. If you come across someone trying to contact you that is not ourselves, we normally don't go actively trying to contact people, just to let you know. And we do not take any payments for our VIP membership program other than throughout our website, bgtrading.com.au. So don't fall for anything else. So here are some of the things that we found so far. And for the so-called scammer, we are going after you. And I'm seriously that we invest in a lot of resources to take you down. So let's take a look at some of the profiles that we found. This is our Discord. So this is all variations from my Discord profile. Okay, so several. We probably been dealing with 4 or 5 variations, and they are trying to get you into a WhatsApp group that is not related at all to BG trading. So really gotta be careful. Okay, so this is a Facebook fake profile, right, with variation from our name. As you can see here, I'm right now at this impersonation. We have already reported Meta. Unfortunately, they haven't taken them down yet. Right, our account on Facebook is verified. You can see there is a verified icon right there. Okay, so you just gotta be careful. Make sure you only deal with us through our verified account or through the chat box on our website, bgtrading.com.au, right here at the corner. What we found is that whoever is scamming us, right, or people using our identity are trying to take to this website here, right? This is the scammer website, okay? This is the scammer website. Look at the link right there, right? stackcapital.io. This is a big scam. They are using our identity to scam you through this website. Right? So be vigilant and do not talk to people that are not related to BG Trading, but trying to impersonate us on Facebook and just, okay? We are coming after you, scammer. Now, let's get this back to the content of this video. My name is Les, I'm Chief Analyst of BG Trading Australia. I'd just like to remind you, this is not a financial advice, just as from BG Trading, sharing with you how we apply BGS20 and BG Trading strategies to chase 20 to 40% profit together with our VP members using BGS20 strategy. We normally trade small and mid-sized caps, but sometimes the market offers opportunities for us to trade large caps, and if those opportunities comes along, then we definitely take as absolutely trade for us. So CSL is one of the stocks that we are currently looking at, and we have been trading. Obviously, we're doing small trades with CSL, but now at the current level, it's looking very, very attractive, right? Looking very attractive. I'm going to go in detail CSL very, very shortly. Remember to subscribe this channel, right? I want to thank you for your support as well, and share this video. Share this video with someone that you believe would be interested into learn how we trade and obviously using our strategy as well. And before we start the full analysis, I'd like to remind you now that Ultra Black Friday is now on. We are offering discounts of up 50% cheaper than our standard $250 monthly membership. Yes, it's once a year only. This is your time. This is a limited offer, right? And this is the time. Obviously, you will need to invest and pay for your subscription up front, but you're going to be saving considerable amount of money by taking this Black Friday offer right now. Details at the description below. Now let's start with CSL first, okay? Then we go to all the stocks that our members have actually posted. We are about 23 people interested in different stocks. We're going to be looking at some of them, not all of them, but we'll try to be very brief. This is a high-level analysis, obviously. You just got to be careful. But this is the first one that I really like right now, and we did trade. We locked about 11% last week on CSL. I was hoping to buy at the low 200s, but then the result came with a downgrade on a growth pace of the company, and then obviously we had this opportunity to buy really, really low. So this one for me was in it is now trading at oversold territory, at least for the short term, right? And I think that is easy. At least 10% from the bottom of this channel right there. We gotta be careful. Obviously, CSL is in downtrend, but for the long term, I think this offering incredibly good value, right? And remember, when I'm talking about the long term, right? Long term, I'm talking about having a target, not a lead time. Okay, so remember, we only trade stocks here. We don't invest. We invest in real estate. We all know that already. So CSL for us is a buy, and I would be potentially chasing around $200 mark as an exit, which gives a nice 10 to 15% profit in a very relatively low risk stock like CSL. Not always we can buy something like this at such a low valuation, historically speaking, obviously. The company obviously have the share price have been priced before around between around $250, based on the fact that the company will be presenting double-digit growth in FY26, which is not going to be the case now. We're talking about 4 to 6% growth, but it's still growth out there. It's still a solid business. Just during this period, they are looking into potentially restructuring the business, and then we know they haven't delayed now the spin-off. And that's probably going to fall in FY27 only. So far, everything is pretty much the same. The spin-off was one of the reasons that the stock has felt quite remarkably as well. Also, some buybacks. So I would say for the short term, we're pretty safe. For the long term, we have to analyze and wait for new quarter reports to see how exactly the company is performing on a quarterly basis. Okay, so CSL for us is buying right here at the bottom of this channel, right there around 177 level type of thing. Expecting to go either $200 or 160, between here 160, 170. dollars, which is entry points as well. Now let's take a look on those comments here. The first one from Brett, looking for EUR, European lithium. Now let's take a look. 20% up today. Obviously, by the time he posted this, it was trading around 45 cents a share. Now it's down to 25 cents. So it's pretty much has fell about 50%, even more than 50%, right? The stock was obviously trading at the FOMO levels. Using BGS 20 strategy, we avoid buying stocks at the FOMO level. We don't buy stocks at the FOMO level unless we are speculating at the extremely high risk. That's not what we do right here. Let's take a look at the moving average. How far is the stock price from the moving average? As you can see, still trading at the substantially above the SMA 20, which is the short-term moving average, and also considerably above the long-term moving average, which is right there. So 200% above. So for me, it's very expensive right now. This company is still very expensive, and bear in mind, if you're going to trade this, you can trade on using the red line, which is the short-term moving average, right? But ideally, we want to be buying this type of stock very close or below. This would be the buying range for me, right? Safe buying range, very close or below this short-term moving average at least, to be safe, right? And remember, this is a company that there's no fundamental value really on this particular stock from earnings perspective. You just gotta understand it's extremely high risk, speculative risk, based on the hype, based on the fact that everyone's now looking to buy those type of stocks at this stage. But just gotta be careful, okay? Gotta be careful with that one. It's very, very high risk. Now let's take a look at DXB, right? So Gemerix is a far more constructive formation and sustainable formation in this sense. So let's type the main indicators that we use normally as BGS 20 strategy, right? So essentially, the chart's showing that this is in ascendant trend, right? Ascendant trend, which is constructive. And when the stock's trading in ascendant trend and is constructive, we want to be buying at the higher low points, right? Buying at the higher low points and selling at the higher high points. So that's what we want to do it. So essentially what we have here is a trading range, an interesting trading range right here. And as you can see, about 30% on this trading range. So I'll be looking about 30% buying at this level and potentially selling around, so that was 50 cents. I will be potentially selling around 61 cents and try to lock a trade right there with a very tight stop loss. So you gotta use stop loss on those type of stocks, right? So Gemerix is something reasonably interesting for me, to be honest. And would I trade myself? It's not, because we are currently trading other type of stocks. But let's take a look first on the fundamentals. It's extremely important to understand a little bit where the company is at, not only in market capitalizations, but are they generating any revenue? Are they shrinking their net loss or increasing net profitability? In this case, at early stages, the company is obviously it is still a speculative stock, in my opinion, right? Very speculative stock in a sector that is oversold at this stage. So just when you're buying a biotech like this, you gotta be ready for high volatility, right? And most of them, they don't even make money, and they won't be generating paying a dividend for shareholders. They tend to reinvest into trials and new products. So this one, it doesn't look very flashy from the fundamental perspective, but the chart formation is very consistent, very solid, and looks pretty good to me. So I would be buying around this level, very tight stop loss, 20 to 40%, target around 61 cents, giving or taken. That will be my take on Dynamics at this stage. Now let's move to another one. Let's take a look what they are putting here for us. So AOS, this one, this is another hyped stock. Look, electro-optic system, a defense stock. Looks like it's bouncing from recent lows, right? The tricky part here is when we have a huge rally and what we call not sustainable rally, something like this, right? We could be well set for further fall, like this, right? So you just gotta be careful. That could be one possibility, right? Simply because EOS is overbought at this price level. The hype could continue in the sector. Yes, if it does, then obviously we could be chasing a double top right there, right? We'll be very careful trading this stock. If I was going to buy this, I would seek to buy as close as possible from this pink line there, which is the long-term moving average, currently trading around, doesn't trade, but currently sitting around $2.90, so $3, right? Which is half of the current price, right? Look, it's not my cup of tea. Trading under the short-term moving average, it gives us a technically discounted price for the short term, but you gotta consider the risks. EOS is not a sustainable stock. It's extremely overvalued, right? Took a lot of contracts. Last year, just to put it in perspective, they only generated about $176 million, right? And they came up with a loss. This year probably going to be a break-even, near break-even, potentially a profit. You just gotta be careful, really, with stocks like this, buying at the formal levels for the short term as well, because they tend to come all the way down. They do. We've seen over and over again when the stocks are not sustainable. So just be careful with EOS, electro-optics, and if you're going to trade, use the tight stop losses, right? Use tight stop losses. Right here, a trade setup, which we wouldn't be doing, but if I was going to do a trade setup, right, I would probably go for something like this, right? Something like this. So now that I know where it has bottomed up here in this support level, I'll try buy on the support level, right? And go for something like this with a very tight stop loss. 3-to-1 risk reward, at least, okay? It's not an asymmetric trading risk. It's not extremely undervalued or anything. It's overvalued, right? Even at this support level. Hence why we would be avoiding buying this stock right now as we speak, okay? So we're going to pass EOS for the reason I've just mentioned, buying at the support, right? Next one we're going to be looking at is PLS, Pilbara. Let's take a look. Pilbara, the leading lithium producer in Australia, that has gone from strength to strength, right? Makes very tricky to buy this right now at this multi-year resistance level around $3.30, $3.30, right? I won't be buying this, right? The time to buy was right here below not only the long-term moving average, but also the short-term moving average, okay? So we'll be looking for other stocks. Potentially, if it comes down below, between those two lines, then we would be looking buying. And that should be around $2.30 level, right? And also you got to be looking what's happening with the Chinese market, lithium markets. If Chinese companies start producing again, then obviously we will have impact across the whole sector, right? Maybe this is the time that we'll be looking at buying, or maybe could be the time that profit was made already. And for now, I won't be touching on PLS simply because that has rallied already. So we missed out on PLS, but we did 3 trades on mineral resources, which is iron ore lithium, a diversified producer that has been very, very profitable for us. And we will keep our profit right there, nice and safe, because we already locked in those profits in the lithium sector for the time being. Okay, so we'll pass Pilbara right now just because it's trading at the support, like resistance level. Now let's talk about RMS. This is a stock that I like, Remelius. Remelius is a gold producer with a very low, and even here, as you can see, one of the best, Zabi says, one of the best gold stocks with very low AISC. AISC is an all-in sustainable cost to produce gold. So in fact, he's right. It's relatively, I don't say very low, but it's relatively low to the industry, which makes this a valuable stock. We have traded that this year, right, twice. And interesting enough, now this company, it's a high quality company, and obviously the share price fluctuates based on the gold prices, right? And right now it's trading at technically discounted price for the short term, right? And there is a 25% range from resistance level, the double, like a little double top right there, around $4.10, pretty much. Now, would I be buying now gold? Well, I honestly, we don't know the trades we gold. We're not holding any gold stocks right now. I would love to buy any of those leading gold stocks at technically discounted price for the short term as well, for the long term as well. I would love to buy Remelius if it falls to this pink line. That's what I would love to buy, right? For now, I'm not loving to buy at this stage, right? Could be a trade opportunity there. Yes, it could, but it doesn't look very, very cheap, technically discounted price for me, especially because gold has rallied so hard, right? From the fundamental side, Remelius will be continues to be profitable and increasing its profitability. So fundamentally, it's really good to hold, right? But because we are not holding, I would wait to buy Remelius, right? Look, this very, very good. Increasing revenue, $1.2 billion revenue, profitability increasing, and most likely FY26 we're going to be seeing another big upper candle because gold prices are still trading around I think it's just under 4,000 US dollar an ounce. Look, fundamentally it's really good for the whole year, but we just got to be careful with the hype. Market moves with the hype as well. If gold prices get another sell-off, then we could see Remelius close to this pink line. I would be really, really keen to snap a reasonably decent position on Remelius, right? Or even another gold stock like a Northern Star that has been extremely profitable for us. We locked 95% early this year in Northern Star, and then we did another trade with Northern Star recently as well. And just like a Northern Star, if Northern Star goes at the long term, let me show you here NST, by the way. This is what I'm talking about, okay? As you can see, we bought Northern Star. Last trade we bought Northern Star was trading at the technically discounted price for the short term and for the long term, right? There was a little bit of a production disruptive event in there, and then we took advantage and we bought that. So sooner or later, we know the stock's going to go close to these levels, right? So I hold there for now, Remelius, and I'll be looking at look, even if you buy, look, if you're going to buy now, just make sure set stop loss right under this support level, right? Right under the support level. So we still have like 10% loss for 25. It's not 3-to-1 risk reward, so that we should have bought here, but we can only see the support after that is confirmed. So I would pass on Remelius right now, but if you're looking at buying now, a gold stock, this is probably the best one at this stage, and this will be the trade setup, right? Okay, so I will wait for potentially buying at the technically discounted price for the long term as well. Let's see if it happens. And that brings our video to the end. Thank you for your support. Be careful with the scammers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.